Okay, take a look at this. This is pretty awesome. This is a 43-inch screen, and I'm using Raycast. Here's Raycast. And I'm using the Windows management from Raycast. Let's see here. What do I do? This. So that was a shortcut of Command and comma. And as you can see, there's some settings you can do here, but the magic happens under extensions. When you come down here to Windows Management. So I don't know if I did a video or not, but I originally had it set up where I was using the Shift key with the numbers, and I would hold Shift with my left hand, and then I would use the number pad on the right side of the keyboard. And that was all well and good until I needed to use exclamation point, and I went Shift 1, and it moved everything to the lower left of the screen. So there was that. So I've mapped out the screen. Across the bottom is going to be the it's Control on a Mac. It's the far left bottom button on a Mac keyboard. And then, as you can see my cursor, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I noticed that when I clicked on those and brought them live, they buried this. So let's see what we can do here about not losing this. Anyway, so it's kind of cool because this is just one small feature, Raycast. Raycast does a lot of really powerful things, and then and this is all free. Like I can test the internet speed if what does that say? What is that, Option S or Control S? Let's see, what is that? Yeah, it's Control S. So I'm just going to go Control S. Let's see what opens. Oh, look at this. It's going. So I don't even have to open up. I think this is actually using Ukula speedtest.net. Yeah, right here. So this just saved me from having to open up the browser. Man, my upload has gone up quite a bit. I used to be like no faster than 40. So that's cool. But these are some of the things it can do. So I'm not being sponsored or anything. I used to be an Alfred user. And Raycast, everybody was like, yeah, Raycast does more. So I thought I would try it out for myself. Oh, let's make sure Elgato Stream Deck is opening or is open. So you activate and you type Stream Deck, hit enter. So here is the software part of Stream Deck. And you will either have a repurposed iPad or smartphone, or you can actually buy their hardware. So I bought their 32 button model and their 15 button model. But I also use the iPad because this software is free and it works with their semi-expensive hardware. I think the 32 button one was either $249 or $299. I can't remember. It's a little bit of money, but I use it every single day. These are all shortcuts for SketchUp, and realize that you have to build all this. This will come with like a simple profile. Let me see if I can find one. No, but anyway, so you're going to make a profile, then you're going to create buttons. Like this button opens up Chief Architect and it goes to the application folder and gets the icon for the application and automates it so you see it. RPN. Yeah, so this is cool. If ever I'm in notes and I want to write out an RPN string for my calculator, I just push this and it puts that text in. See how it says simulate typing? So that speeds that up. So in Chief Architect, these are the tools I use a lot. Let's look at the iPad. So this is what's cool. An iPad can have 64 buttons. And you can run split screen, two apps side by side. So technically you could run two instances of Stream Deck and you'd have 128 shortcut buttons. And all this does is you press this one button, you either tap it on a touchscreen or you press it on their hardware and it will run this shortcut. So instead of pressing a keyboard and a letter, like doing I don't even remember what those are called, but you press, that would be Alt C to activate this. You just do one press of a Stream Deck button. So I'm into Stream Deck. I'm into it so far that when something doesn't work right, I have to actually go fix it and make sure it works, or I get lost. I'm like, okay, where's that shortcut? What is that? Where's it located? You know, I got to go in the file menu and look around. Well, I use this a lot. This is their 32 button hardware. And I do a whole bunch of copying an object in place and then either centering it on something or reflecting it about something. I use the align tool quite a bit. And if you look at this, see, this is like a 4-digit number, and there's a 4-digit number and another 4-digit number. What I've done is I went through Chief Architect and I just numbered all every single shortcut starting at the number 5,000 because I didn't want to. There was a reason why I didn't start at like 1,000. I can't remember what it was, but at the time it caused grief. So I started at 5,000 and I ended up in the 6,000s. And some things I keep them super simple, like center CC, because it's just, if I don't have the Stream Deck close enough to my hand, I can just tap CC and it centers. Another one that I use a lot, that I keep the original shortcut. MM that's the point-to-point move, but I made it MM instead of PP because in SketchUp, M is for move. All right, I'm trying to think. Oh, so some of these, like if you want to actually have that one where it grabs everything, you have to do a double, like a multi-action. So that activates the original tool, and then this activates the secondary part of that tool. The reason why Parallel has two is Dan Bowman right here. He showed how when you go to parallel something, if you either tap it twice or do the right click when you tap on it, it gives you an option to either parallel just the single line of a polyline or the entire object. And that's super handy. And this comes in a lot too. You want to grab some things, either everything's fully contained. Now, this would be a good suggestion for Chief Architect because AutoCAD does it, and so does SketchUp. If you marquee select from upper left to lower right or lower left to upper right, as long as you're going from left to right, that should be one form of selection, like maybe it would be considered contained. But if you come from right to left around an object, then it would be everything that's intersected. And in that way, you don't have to choose which way you're selecting objects. It's just a matter of which way are you dragging a box around items. Because that, if it detects that you're moving your mouse left to right, that would be one way. And if you move it right to left, that would be the other way. And then you could eliminate these buttons. Yeah. Oh, the hider tool. That's new. I haven't used this much. Where you can do layer hider. That's pretty good. In fact, I think I want to. I think I want to do this. Layer hider. Look at that. And so now when I look down at my 32 button, everything's automatically done. I didn't have to hit enter or anything. It's just done. Rich text, text. Okay. So enough of that. I get pretty fired up, and I should do a really in-depth with Stream Deck. But what I'm just wanting to show you now is I'm going to close this off, and I'm going to show you how easy this is. I'm going to hold Control 5. And then let's say I want to look down the coast and see what's going on. I do Control 7 and it fills the entire side. I can do Control 8. It does the middle. Put it back. Watch this. Let's say I want to see this in 2/3. I think it's Control 9. Yeah, so there's 2/3, 1/3. There are a lot of aircraft in the air. But you can click the letter U and then. So here's how this works. This is the military. But this is only the military that have turned on their transponders. So they may or may not need to be having those on. And if they're doing operations that they would rather not give away their location, they're not going to turn that stuff on. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. This is interesting. There's two C-130s flying pretty close to each other out of Vegas. Ooh, the Nevada test site. Yeah. Where do they have Area 51 hiding out at? I did do an exercise once at Mercury. So I think this is it. Yeah, this is Mercury. We jumped in, never even went through the front gate. So yeah, I didn't know about the not taking pictures until later because I had a standing order with my guys. We document everything, how we set up everything we do. We document it. We had one of those Sony cameras that had a floppy disk, like a 1.4 megabit. And halfway down here, Indian Springs, they had a place that served the best chicken fried steak. Man, it was so good. We did really well, and then we come over here and have chicken fried steak. This is some nasty desert, man. It's just nasty. Guys, when they jumped in, wherever we jumped on the runway pretty much, or near the runway. They have these spiky plants. I don't remember what they're called, but man, if you happen to get one of those, they'd punch right through the bottom of your boot. They were really bad. Guys are doing PLFs and getting stabbed. Maybe they don't call it Area 51. I don't know. Oh, well, there's 52. I'm looking for a lake, like Groom Lake. Oh, there it is. So yeah, I was here. Never got to go there. Never saw anything awesome or scary or nothing. So I can't really say if there's anything going on there. I did see 737s flying in there, and that was Janet Airlines. That's it. Nothing else. And the only reason we were there is because we were supporting training exercises over here, just like you would. You'd set up a fob, and then you would helicast guys in and out and stuff. So it was fun. Back when you're young and you just want to do your best. This is a cool website. So these are tankers. Both came out of Fairchild Air Force Base. Why do we got so many tankers up? Yeah, let's see. There's Fairchild. I just don't know. So now we're just running all kinds of things. I'm sure Loom's going to have a hard time figuring out the purpose of this. So let's go back to Raycast. So you highlight the not really necessarily the website, the application that you want to have in the front, and let's put it bottom right, bottom middle. There's bottom middle. Okay, so we got everybody where they're supposed to be, and then this one goes up there. So hey, if you're really wanting to learn Chief, you should look into. Let's do full screen. Look at that. You should look into Dan Bowman and his Pro Academy. He has a monthly payment option or a yearly. And so if you need to go cheap and you can, maybe afford a month and then it's worth it and you do another month, that's totally cool. But these are all the different things that he goes over. And if you have any kind of construction background, the way he teaches, him and John, there's Dan. It's easy to understand. He totally makes it make sense. And John, that wild man, he travels around the country, and he actually parked and slept overnight at my house. And so I actually had John sitting here showing me some custom Chief stuff. So that was pretty cool. All right, so there's 17 minutes, and so I'm going to close some of these out. I don't know what the weather is. This is windy.com. Let's go full screen on that. And I have that as control 0. Look at this chaos. I like this website, but I don't know what it tells me. It's just animated, so it's pretty cool. There's the Bering Strait between the former USSR and Alaska. I think there was some seismic activity over here. Kamchatka. So what's really cool is I don't know if this map does satellite. No. Oh, here we go. Satellite. Satellite with clouds. So a fun thing to do if you're on a map application, especially if it's Google Earth, is go find all the submarine bases because they do show up. See, this looks like where you would park a submarine alongside. It's just fun. I don't know why I'm not in satellite mode anymore. Let's just do this. Yeah, I'm not really working that hard today. So I can do this. Let's go to Kamchatka and go see. Yeah, I want to see this. I'm pretty sure I'm not a sailor or a Navy guy. Well, that's a Navy base, but those aren't subs. Aha, we're getting there. What's over here? No submarinas. The only reason I want to find their subs is that's a pretty serious target. Because their subs can carry nukes. This is all protected. I could be wrong. I did this experiment once, looking along the coastline of North Korea to see what I could see. Boom, found them. Wow, that's pretty protected. That water has to come in and come around. All right, well, let's see. Let's just see what we can see, and we'll make some inferences. Like, where do they store their weapons? They're not on the subs 100% of the time. They have to do life cycle maintenance on them, so unless they don't care, they might not care. I don't know. And I don't know jack about the Navy. I wasn't in the Navy, so anything I say could be completely wrong. I don't see where they would. Wow, advertising. um, I don't know where they would store like their rocket motors and stuff. I just don't get it. Unless it's underground. Oh well. Enough of this. It's pretty cool though to go around Earth. Like I would like to see how I used to live in Seoul. Let me see. Yeah, we look at all the bridges on the Imjin River. Where in the heck did I? Oh, here you go. So this looks familiar. This is, I think this is Quezon. No, there's a name for this base. It's air base. Osan, maybe. It's where you go shopping because the Ville off there is awesome. Here's, let's see. I gotta be careful here because I don't want to just let everybody know where everything is. In this general area is a bunker that I used to work at in 1999. so yeah, it's probably not there anymore. Let's see. Bridge, where did I live? You don't see a lot of grass, and the grass is typically where the American forces are parked. You know what I could look up? Let's just do this. Itaewon Tudong. Enter. Hey, so this is where I was. Yeah, so look at this. Look at how it's spaced out and there's lots of room. This is going to be Yongsong Garrison. And then everything around there is just chaos, man. It's crazy. This is close. Hey, this might be familiar. Yes. Oh, I found it. So this is all the embassy area, and I used to have to ride my bike or drive a car down and then go into the main gate over here somewhere. I don't know. But I was next to the Hilton Hotel, I believe. I think this is the Hilton. Let's see. Yeah, we would drive up. Let's try Essex House. Oh, come on. I was typing. Let's go. Why aren't you? Okay. It's weird. I'm typing in the search and it's not. I don't want this. Stop. The search isn't working. Here we go. Essex House. Ite one. So yeah, it knows it's around here somewhere. I was just down the road from here. So I think actually I was over here. We're getting close. It was either this one or this one. It had a little rooftop place where the landlord lived. And you could go up there and cook with hibachis and stuff. That was cool. Yeah, I think this is it because this road kind of levels out here. This is like a little grocery store, and whenever they picked up trash, all the recycle got spilled out onto the ground, and a bunch of little old ladies went through it. Oh, yeah, this looks right because I would leave post and I'd have to go up this hill, and you can't really tell. I wonder if 3D will show how steep this is. Yeah, not really. Wow. Essex House. I will tell you this. This is a cool thing about Korea. Well, at least here. I ordered a Pizza Hut pizza, and by the time I hung up, I was going to have a quick shower and get out of my uniform. And man, the delivery was like 7 minutes from the time I hung up until the time they were knocking on my door. And it was down here somewhere. And there's a bunch of little back alley walkways. They're not wide enough for a car, but they put the pizza in a metal heated thing on the back of the motorcycle, and they ride that motorcycle right up here. And it was the fastest. It was insane how fast that was. And then there's like this tower building somewhere along here. Namsan? That sounds familiar. It's a view that everybody around can see for a long time. The downside to Seoul is there's a ton of diesel vehicles. And so every day you'd get back to your domicile and you'd have to wipe the counters down because there'd be this layer of black. Like you couldn't really see it until you took a paper towel and wiped it, and then you'd see it in the paper towel. You're like, wow. Okay, enough rambling. There you go. I really just wanted to show you. Let's do this. See how fast that works? I didn't have to move. I just take care of it. Where are these guys going? There's a lot of stuff heading over this way. Just saying. Hmm. That looks like a 747. Nope, it's not. It's an E3 Sentry. So we've got radar planes, tankers. What is this? No, that's Russia. Ooh, what's going on? Anyway, so yeah, let's see how busy it is over here. When war's about to strike, there's usually not really like published, but all the airlines know, hey man, stay clear. And there is, so I have to zoom out just a little bit more. There's most of the air traffic on the planet that's squawking right now, so we're pretty busy. Yep. All right, I'm going to stop this now. It's 30 minutes. Go check out Raycast. Let me see here. Let me just open this up. We'll just go to the Raycast website just so everybody can see it. Hope this microphone worked. Man, you can't believe the luck I have. I did a video. I showed a whole bunch of really cool things. And when it was done, it sounded super tinny. So I started looking through all my settings, and somehow my Bose speaker was acting as the microphone. And I'm like, that shouldn't happen because a speaker, even though you can make a speaker act like a microphone, That should never happen. Not Bose speaker should send out the IFF that says, "Hey, I'm a speaker only." So here's what they're showing right here in Windows management. Here's it looks like a color picker. There's just so much, man. There's just so much. Clipboard history is amazing because I can go back through different, like, let me just see what's my shortcut for that. There it is. So, oh, come on. So I've got it set up as Option Command V. And here's all the different things like, look at all those sites that I went to. Those look like X sites. Guess I've been busy copying and pasting that. Sending it to all my friends. So here's 1404. That's a 3 and 12 pitch. So I must have here's why you see it that way. I would go emu. Where is it? Come on, dude. Emulator or emu. And then I would go 3, enter, 12, divide, arctangent, and there's that number. And then I have what's it called? Grab to text, I think. It's a little free app that instead of taking a screenshot of this, it actually understands the numbers. So now I'm just going to go back to look at that. That's the most recent clipboard. So very cool. It tells you the source it came from. Yeah, this is really cool, actually. So I'm telling you, it's raycast.com. Evidently, they have a Windows version that they're beta working on. Look at this translation. Yeah, so I can start any app real easy. Like if I wanted to start Spotify, I would just do this and then go SPO and see how it comes up. It did say generate playlist. That might be interesting. All right. This guy's good, and this song is good. So I'm going to end it on this. So, y'all take care.